All right, appreciate you guys being here. Just kind of starting with a statement here. Excited about what's going on here right now. We are right in the middle of our winter conditioning program. Our guys are competing every day, doing some early morning stuff. We call it the Trojan Gauntlet, trying to get these guys in shape, and also mold this team for 2021. Coach Witt, Rusty Witt, our strength coach, and Adam Email, our assistant strength coach, are doing a great job with those guys. And during this time of the year, the thing that's different about college football is they get the most time with them. So we're excited about the progress we're seeing with that group, and looking forward to spring football for sure. Here, I guess less than a month away. I really like where we are headed into this. I thought we addressed a few needs in recruiting. We got, I think, 8 or 9 guys here at the break, so I'm looking forward to getting those guys on the field. And then obviously excited that we got a lot of returners coming back from a team that I thought was playing our best there toward the end when we got everybody back healthy and rolling. So looking forward to a great spring training. Or spring practice. There's going to be a lot of competition at several spots. The O-line, obviously bringing back 5 guys that started is exciting, but we need some more competition there inside the O-line to create some more depth, hoping we can get to 8 or 9 guys that we feel really good about playing, and I think we're headed in the right direction with their quarterback. Obviously another spot that we brought in a new guy and Taylor Powell, so along with Gunner, Jacob Free, and Kyle O'Toole, getting those guys going this spring, and always competition I think makes the room better. And so looking forward to seeing that as well. The running back room, same thing. We did add a freshman in Jarris there at the break, so looking forward to getting those guys out. And I think anytime offensively you create competition and opportunities for people to compete and kind of raise their level of play, it just makes your team better. Defensively, same thing. We brought in Tyon Palmer, I know, at corner, and as well as 2 D tackles. That I think are going to help make our team better. With all these guys coming back, we made a lot of improvement on defense last year. If you look at where we finished compared to the year before, really pleased with that. But we want to take that next step and become a great defense, and that's something I think this spring that we're looking forward to as well, just creating competition at every position. When I look at our team, I feel like we have more depth now than any time since I've been here. The key obviously is always staying healthy and being able to get guys on the field as much as we can so we can get as much practice as we can. The thing I like about spring practice is going every other day allows us to do a lot of teaching. We'll have more extended practices than we usually do from standpoint of how long we're on the field, and then you get that day in between where you can really do a lot of teaching and coaching off film. So it's a very valuable time for us. We start on March the 1st. We'll get 3 days in and do our kind of non-contact helmet-only practices, and then we'll let them go for spring break, get them back, and we'll go 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and finish up with T-Day on April the 10th. So excited to get spring going. And also, we got 3 new coaches on staff, and just saying a little bit about those guys. Luke Meadows comes to us from Kansas. He's a guy that I've worked with before. In fact, I've worked with all 3 of these coaches in other places, but Luke is going to be our O-line coach, offensive coordinator. Was with me at Southern Miss. Took him to Kansas when I went there for a few weeks before I came to Troy, and excited about him and what he brings to the table from an offensive line standpoint and run game standpoint. So looking forward to that. Good to be reunited with Luke. And the last time we were actually together, we had a lot of success. So as a head coach or as a play caller, it's a lot of comfort to get back with a guy that you've had success with before. Also, Gary Banks brought him back. He's a Troy legend, obviously, played receiver here, was an all-conference player, and he worked with me when I was the head coach at Spain Park High School in Hoover, Alabama, so he's very familiar with our system, played in this system, coached in it, has gone on and been an offensive coordinator and a high school head coach, as well as coaching in college, so he's got a lot of great experience, and I know our players have enjoyed getting to know him. And then Al Pogue, obviously, getting him back here. Tried to keep Al when I first got here. He left and went to West Virginia, then spent a year at Auburn, and now we got him back. And I know the DBs or the corners for sure. Extremely excited. He brings a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and just really a great mentor for our players. So excited to have all 3 of these guys on our staff, and just very lucky to have the staff we have in place. We got great people, really good coaches, and enjoy working with them every day. So with that being said, we'll take any questions you got.
Chip, could you tell us a little bit about Cherokee Glasgow, the tackle from Maryland. And also, I saw something where LaDamian Webb might not be with the program. Could you address that?
Sure. Yep. Cherokee, we hope will be here in a couple weeks. Cherokee's a grad transfer from Maryland that actually played a lot of snaps for those guys. He was on their leadership council there, obviously talking to their coaches. And Coach Loxley and I know each other. Speaking with him, he had nothing but really good things to say about him. Just felt like Cherokee was looking for more opportunities to have more snaps on the field. And we were in need. So we're excited about Cherokee and what he could bring to our team. Obviously, till we get him here and work with him, we don't know him as well as we want to yet. But from what we've learned from recruiting and the recommendations we've had for him, we're really excited for him to join our program, and hopefully he'll come in and be an impact player for us. LaDamian Webb, no, he's no longer on our team.
Coach, back to the assistant coaches, was it a priority for you to get guys that not only you are familiar with, but also that are familiar with the Troy program, or is that just how it worked out?
No, it was a priority. I think for me, from my standpoint, it's a comfort to work with people that you've worked with before, just because not a lot of learning curve there. They know you, you know them. And I think as a head coach, you're always trying to hire people that maybe have strengths in where you need help the most. And that's one of the things that we try to do in hiring all these people. All three of them are great men and have some kind of connection to Troy, whether it's me or whether they worked here before or played here. And I just thought when I looked at all three of those positions, these three guys were great fits for everything we were looking for. And, obviously having ties to Troy was huge as well. But at the end of the day, I thought they were also great fits from a coaching standpoint as well as who they are as people.
Coach, obviously this year is a little different. You're able to get guys back
Mm-hmm.
with no year of eligibility being used last year. How huge is that, getting some of these guys to come back for this sixth year, and what will they bring to the team?
Yeah, it's been interesting for sure when you talk about projecting numbers and scholarships for even the 22 class and so forth. It makes you rethink some things. I do think, we had 13 seniors last year, so we were still somewhat of a young team, but getting 12 of those guys to come back, I think, says a lot about our team, our culture of our team, and the coaches that are here, and those guys wanting to come back and be a part of our program again, because it's not easy going through the off-season program and all the things that you do year-round to get ready to play. But all the guys that decided to come back, I thought were impact players for us, and just wanted to continue to be a part of this program and try to get us back to playing championship football. And it's created a lot of competition, but I don't think we're unique to a lot of teams. I think, we have, I guess, if you look at it on paper, you could say 21 to 22 starters back, but I think a lot of teams will have that. And so it's all about kind of what we do with that, and also adding some pieces to the puzzle that can add to us more depth and more competition. And I think that's really what we're doing. But to say that, I'll say this: we are really excited about the guys that decide to come back, and looking forward to them providing even more leadership and hopefully making our team better for sure.
Coach, obviously there's still a lot of unknowns with this upcoming season with everything surrounding with COVID and stuff. But how big will quote unquote normal spring be? Be for these players.
Yeah, I think it's a huge, for us. I hear your little one there, somebody, but for us, it's going to be huge. We missed those opportunities last year, but so did everybody else. But hopefully, what that'll allow us to do is get guys kind of more comfortable, especially the piece, because of the pieces that we've added. I feel like are pieces where we needed to improve, and now you get a chance to get with those guys for 15 practices and get those guys kind of dialed in to how we do things here from a schematic standpoint as well as on and off the field. I think it's huge. And obviously at quarterback, we were going to have a new starter last year, and to get 15 practices and really some really good competition, I think will go a long ways in helping us play better at that position.
Anybody else have anything for Chip?
Coach, I don't believe we were able to ask you after the December signing period, but adding a player like Powell to that quarterback room, what do you see in him, and what do you see him bringing to the table for Troy?
Well, you know, I got to know him when I was at Arizona State, actually recruiting him when he was a high school junior, I think. And he was Player of the Year in the state of Arkansas, led his team Fayetteville High to the state championship. Very successful. He ended up going to Missouri and graduating early and has 2 to play. So I think for us, what he does is he just brings a lot of competition. What I've seen so far is just him. He loves football. He's a football junkie. He's in the film room. But so is Gunner and so or Jacob. They've all done a nice job of getting themselves ready. And I think you see a sense of urgency probably in Taylor. I mean, obviously, grad transfer, he came here for a reason, and that's to try to win this job and get on the field and play. And I think that's what you've seen out of him, a work ethic. I know he's really done a nice job of getting to know our team. Doing things away from the facility with them from standpoint of just going out to eat or throwing routes or whatever it is they want to do. But I like the way he's approached it, and I think he's also raised the level of sense of urgency for the other quarterbacks as well.